The night was shrouded in darkness, and a heavy rain drummed on the roof of Frank's rig.
He was a grizzled truck driver, a man who had seen it all on the road. But this night was different. It was a night he would never forget.
Frank was on a long stretch of desolate highway, miles from the nearest town, with only his headlights cutting through the inky blackness. The only company he had was the rhythmic hum of the engine and the tapping of rain on the windshield.
It was a night like any other, until it wasn't.
As he pressed onward, the rain fell harder, reducing his visibility to almost nothing.
The windshield wipers worked overtime, but they couldn't keep up with the deluge. Frank's knuckles whitened as he gripped the steering wheel. Out of the gloom, a shadowy figure appeared on the road ahead. At first, Frank thought it was a mirage brought on by the relentless rain, but the figure grew more distinct as he drew nearer. It was a person, drenched and haggard, standing in the middle of the highway. Frank's heart raced, and he slammed on the brakes, the tires screeching as the truck skidded to a stop just inches from the stranger.
He stared at the figure through the rain-streaked windshield, unsure of what to do. The person was drenched, with matted hair and tattered clothes.
Reluctantly, Frank opened the truck door and called out, "Hey, are you okay?"
The stranger's face remained hidden beneath wet, tangled hair, but they slowly turned to face Frank. Their eyes, hollow and filled with sorrow, locked onto his.
Frank felt a chill creep down his spine.
Something about those eyes was deeply unsettling. Frank, his instincts wavering between compassion and fear, hesitated. The memory of countless stories about dangerous hitchhikers flashed through his mind, but the sheer desolation of the road and the relentless rain weighed on his conscience. Against his better judgment, he nodded and motioned for the stranger to get in.
The person climbed into the cab, their clothes dripping with rainwater, leaving a puddle on the floor.
They didn't say much, and Frank couldn't see their face clearly, but he could sense an aura of unease that filled the truck.
Minutes passed like hours, the unease growing with every mile. Frank's thoughts raced, and he couldn't help but wonder if he had made a grave mistake picking up this hitchhiker.
Just then, the stranger turned to him, their face coming into view, and Frank recoiled in horror. The hitchhiker's face was a ghastly visage, pale and skeletal, their eyes now glowing with an otherworldly light. In that chilling moment, Frank realized that he had picked up no ordinary hitchhiker, but something far more sinister, something that didn't belong in this world. With a sudden, malevolent grin, the hitchhiker whispered, "You shouldn't have picked me up." The truck disappeared into the black void, and the rain continued to fall, washing away all evidence of its presence on that desolate highway.